Hey everybody, we are live. Welcome to Monster Monday. I'm going to shut my ringer off because I know my phone. I don't get any calls, but I know I'll get them right now. I want to welcome everybody to Monster Monday. It is the 9th of October, 7 o'clock. Should have cleaned my glasses before we got going. Let me get the comments so I can see who's there. Nicole is always on the ball. You are the most on the ball of all the monster followers. Right at 7 o'clock, you were the first one on. You must have an in on the show or something because before anybody even knows it's live, you're already on there. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see. Even Mandy's there. Hey, everybody. Aaron, Jessica. There's a Facebook user. I'm assuming I think we are on YouTube today. So our suspension from YouTube has either been reversed or uh, it's over with, whatever it is. So I'm going to get started. I am back home, as you see. I'm in the office with my makeshift backdrop here that I stole the idea from Jason. But I am back home. I drove through the night all day and into the night, halfway through the night last night from Mississippi. And I got home. I had a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, but that's when I was going to meet the boys. So I worked on Friday to get my appointment changed, and they finally went with me, and I got changed today. So I had a doctor's appointment today, so I had to bang home. So we pounded 20 hours of driving home yesterday and got home and got some rest, and now I'm back at it today. So it's pretty good. I went to the doctor today. This is how doctors communicate. They're a lot like bikers. They just kind of throw things out there and think the other one is paying attention. But I had a doctor's appointment right after my little incident, and that doctor told me I had to be on medication for 1 month, and then I was good to go. I could drink caffeine, just not more than 2 cups of caffeine a day, or 2 cups of coffee worth of caffeine a day, some other nonsense like that. But basically, I was good to go. Well, I go to see the specialist today, the cardiologist that I saw in the hospital, and he was shocked I wasn't on my meds. I said, "Well, the month was up," and they told me I was good, and he was not very happy to say the least. So Amy is off getting my meds right now. I'm back on. I'm starting tomorrow. But turns out I have to stay on meds, blood thinner, and some blood pressure crap for 3 months while my heart rebuilds itself and gets out of congestive heart failure. So evidently, because I was in AFib for too long, it wore the heart down so much, you enter congestive heart failure. I'm lucky and fortunate that they caught it and I can rebuild it, but it's going to take 3 months. So evidently, I have to stay on the meds so my heart has an easy time beating and all that good stuff. So anyhow, that's that. So I got the ticker squared away. I'm good. I can start exercising. I'm actually going to start tonight or tomorrow. Back on a diet, so to speak, but I'm going to start hitting the exercise and get back to running again. So my chiropractor has my back squared away. I feel much better. My feet, for the first time since my accident in July of last year, my feet are starting to feel better. I can walk on a floor again, hardwood floor. I can't really run on anything like that. I have to have some nice shoes on, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. I could drive in a truck, so I'm happy the progress. I'm so thankful for the Flemington Spine Center that they can get me squared away. So I'm really happy that it's all good. But moving on, I do want to start with, as everybody sees a sticker, I see some of the comments. I have the BAM sticker up on top of there. I do want to touch base on that. I'm sure everybody on here is very familiar with what happened, but BAM is one of our monster riders. He rode on day 95, I believe. Could be off by a day, but I believe it's day 95. He lives in Canada. BAM had a heart of gold, and he was down doing an IBA event ride down in Australia, riding around Australia. And he was about a little over halfway, maybe not quite 2/3, and he was involved in an accident. Don't know much about the accident. I read the police report. I saw the report they had that they issued, and all they really know is that it was a motorcycle, a one car or one vehicle accident. It was a 80-mile-an-hour road, I believe, and that he crashed into a tree. That's really all the details I have. It's just incredibly sad because he's such a good dude. I'll get a little choked up if I if I talk too much about it. So I'm gonna bypass all that so I can continue on with the show. But Bam just had a way about him where he was just anything and everything for the boys. He would always stop at Drew's house when he came down. He was always sending stuff out to the other boys. And when he was going to ride in the Monster 100, he didn't know how it was going to work with fundraising because he lives in Canada and they got rules about 501s and that kind of thing. And I assured him, we would be just fine and do whatever he can. And he really stepped up and joined us and promoted it and helped us and so to get that news, I was sitting on the news all day Saturday because the family didn't want anybody to um, find out about it before everybody was notified. His wife is in Australia right now, but grandmas and aunts and uncles, they wanted everybody to know. So I had to sit on that news all day Saturday while I was cheering the girls on, and so it was just weighing on the back of my mind. So I just wanted everybody to know as soon as I could. So when the family green lighted it to, be shared, I put it out so people would know and can take a minute and appreciate him. But with that, I do want to have a moment of silence for Bam. So I'm going to do that right now. So if you join me, we're just going to have a moment of silence for Bam. Thank you. I should have thought this through a little better. It's hard to do stuff like this and then continue on. But anyhow, um, it's what sits in the back of our minds all the time as riders, and we do crazy things, and we're known for doing epic shit. But this is why I insist on doing things, my way, and not doing things that don't feel right, not getting involved with things that are wrong, that kind of thing, because what we do, there's an inherent risk to it. And, just like this, it gets flipped upside down and changes everything. So, keep Bam's family in the prayers, and, his memories gonna live on a long time because he touched a lot of people. He competed in the IBA rally last year, the Hokahay. So he's in, and a bunch of charity work. So he does a lot of great things. So he's a great guy. So I do want to continue on. I could talk about Bam all for an hour, but I do want to continue on, and we'll keep the family in our prayers. His wife Kelly, and he's got some grandkids, and just sad day. Anyhow, we're gonna move on. Steve was out doing his run Saturday. We had so many things going on. I'm going to kind of go through them, not in any particular order, but Saturday was just massive craziness in the monster world, and everybody's life was just super busy, and it was fun to watch, fun to see, and it was amazing that's when I got the word about Bam, because in his epic way of doing things, he was part of an epic day, and so much going on. And his ride was really one of the most epic things I've seen. But anyhow, Steve, he was out doing his run. If anybody followed that, Steve was in an ultra marathon type thing, and they have 12 hours to do as many laps as they can. Well, out east, it was raining on Saturday, and it was insane. They have a 24-hour class and a 12-hour class. Steve was in the 12-hour class with his running mate, and you go to Wishes for Drew. He's got a big write up about it, but I'll kind of give you the lowdown. In 12 hours, he had to run and walk, and he did 41 miles in 12 hours. Like 41 miles in 12 hours is absolutely amazing. to me at any level. And then I saw the video of the day. You have to go check out his video, Wishes for Drew, on Steve's page. It was in mud. Almost the entire course had, 3 inches of muck. And that's what they ran, walked, hiked, whatever they did, mixing it up for 12 hours straight. His partner got injured and had to cheer from the sidelines in the miserable conditions. So it's absolutely insane what he did. But they did that, and it was a great job, Steve. I don't know how people do that stuff. I guess the same thing. I don't know. They wonder how we do some things, but going 41 miles in mucky conditions is just absolutely crazy. So that was nuts. Craig, wild ass Craig, he took off over the weekend for South Carolina. I talked to him yesterday as he was pulling in. They are down there for the BMW World Qualifier event, and he is competing starting Thursday. Get my days mixed up. So I believe it starts Thursday through Saturday, and the top 3 people represent the United States in the BMW world, and it's absolutely mind-blowing what they do on a motorcycle. I don't know how they even do it. They have all kinds of things. If anybody's watched the courses, similar to what the police courses do, except way more demanding and just different categories of things instead of just a course you follow like that. That's just part of it. But they have on-road, off-road, in the woods, in the backyard, all kinds of nonsense. And what they get a motorcycle to do blows my mind. It just absolutely, it's a joy to watch. So if you get a chance to do that, where they had an event when he was training where they did blindfolded, they had to go through the poles and attempt to do that blindfolded while your team gives you directions so you can get a feel for what it's like to ride blindfold. And I told Craig when I was talking to him on the phone when he's telling me about it, when I will set my cruise and take a sweatshirt off, I get it all ready to come over my head and I take the sweatshirt off. Well, there is a millisecond where the sweatshirt crosses your eyes and you're blind for maybe a second. In that second, the whole world just, total fear takes over. So I laugh that, they actually blindfold you and you go for a ride. So I don't know how the hell they do it, but they do it. So that was pretty impressive. But they can't air any of that stuff and they can't show it live or anything. So next week when it's done, you'll be able to watch Craig and get some highlights of that. But it's really, really cool. Also Saturday was the chili cook-off in Paris, Texas. So at their dealership there, they were big supporters. They had a cook-off and they had a big turnout there. It looked really fun, man. I just so wish I could have made that work. It was my son's event down at college, so I just had to go to that. But man, I wanted to go to that chili cook-off. It just looks like a lot of fun for them to do that, and for us was a plus. So everything they pulled in, they were going to donate to Mile Monsters, and it's a great for us, just for the publicity and to bring more awareness, spread awareness for the boys. That goes a long ways. But then to top it off, we had some monsters enter the cook-off. Aaron and his wife Katie were down there and they entered the cook-off, and Aaron is on here somewhere, so I should have brought him on. If I was better at that kind of stuff, I would. If I could just click and add somebody, I could do that. But anyhow, Aaron and Katie won the chili cook-off. So I thought that was pretty badass. And then not only do we have a monster winning the chili cook-off at a monster event, it was then they turn around and reach out and tell me they are donating the winnings to Mile Monsters. So that's pretty epic in itself. And because that chili cook-off took place on Saturday, while they're enjoying the nice sunny weather in Texas and winning a chili cook-off, which was $2,000, which was super badass, in honor of Steve running in the muck, we are just forwarding that $2,000 right to Wishes for Drew and Steve to put towards his run. So the chili promotes the run, the running. It's just we just do a full circle here. So that was pretty epic. But Aaron, I thank you. Give your wife a hug for me. That was badass work. So that was really cool. So thank you guys for that, and all the monsters who showed up to the chili cook-off. Thank you, and thank you for sharing pictures. It was really sweet. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, you could put it in the Monster Give Butter account. That's fine, and I'll just transfer right to Steve or to Drew. So it'll be perfect. So, and again, man, I thank you. I high five you. So I'll give you a virtual high five. That'll be good. Everybody else can give you a high five as well. Uh, but that's what I like is the family that the monsters are creating. Is like I'm excited to see people like you are with family. I'm excited to see things and how it's just interconnected and it's all kind of growing and expanding and taking on more people. But instead of getting far fletched and craziness where you don't know, I actually feel like it's getting tighter, getting more people involved, but we're becoming tighter and becoming something I could never have dreamt of. So that's pretty awesome. All right, next up, we had on Saturday as well, started Friday, ended Saturday, was the rally in Fort Smith, Arkansas, where we had, let's see, how many did we have? 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 monsters compete in a rally, the Valkyrie Rally in Fort Smith. This was the first year. Our own Chris Hopper and Nancy Oz were putting this on and kind of encouraging our lady riders to get out and experience a rally where this rally was just for the ladies. And rallies that I come from were a place that you went and you drank a ton of Jack Daniels and there was all kinds of nonsense and girls earned beads and that kind of thing. That's my idea of a rally. I'm old school, but these rallies are much different. So if you hear somebody talk about a rally and you're old school like me, it's not that. It is much different. Where these riders have a set time. I just glitched. I hope I didn't go anywhere. They have a set time. They had 30 hours, and they had 30 hours to ride as many miles as they can, and they have a list, a rally book. I'm going to give you the brief synopsis of this. They have a brief rundown of it is pretty good, but they have 30 hours to run around and see sites that are worth points, ride as many miles as they can, and some of the points are over here, some are over here, some are close. So you can do a little loop and put on 500 miles and you just won't get as many points, or you can put on 1,000 miles and hit some of your further out things that are worth more points. They have points for resting. So you have to weigh out, do I sleep for 6 hours or do I sleep for 4? Do I ride? There's a lot of strategy in it, and that just appeals to me. I just have not taken the time to do any. I think I would get absolutely murdered because I'm the kind of guy who just wants to get on a bike and we're going to throttle it. I'm going to ride it like I stole it. And I have incredible endurance for just riding all day and all night. That's my specialty. So this brainiac stuff these girls are doing was something else, but it was really fun to watch. I wish rallies could have it where you could watch it live, and see everybody's tracker out doing their thing. But for safety, for point reasons, you can't do that. But here's a rundown of our ladies. So like I say, we had 11 riders in it. The number 2 finisher was our own Shell. So Shell is on here somewhere. I'm sure I haven't seen. I'm not really looking through the comments, but Shell is definitely on here today. I know she is. I'm so proud of her to come in second among beast riders. If you can come in second place, take all the other riders out of it, just put the monster ladies in there. Coming in second in that group alone is amazing. To come in second, that's open to the public, is an incredible feat. She is not a seasoned rally rider, so that was really cool. So that's the great thing about a lot of our monster ladies. They're not seasoned rally riders who've been doing this forever. A lot of them, this was their first attempt at a rally. So just to finish the rally is an outstanding job, because if you don't get back in time, you make one mistake and don't get back, you get a did not finish, a DNF. So just to finish is super badass. So keep that in mind while I'm reading these places. Shell was number 2. Our Jessica and Mandy, they were tied for 5th. So that was really cool. I actually saw their route. Looked really fun. Looked cold in a few places, but really fun. So 5th place, super badass again. Claire, 9th place. Again, a top 10 finish. Linda Barnes was 10th. Squirrel was 13th. Terry was 14th. Brand was 18th. Honor was 21st. Dell was 23rd. And Susan was 28th. And we had a couple monsters that did not make it. Twister and Cat both were signed up. Twister's bike was not ready, and Cat had the flu. So we could have had 2 more in there, and I know they would have finished it. So that would have been an absolute wonder. And it was really cool. And Shell snuck into it as well, because I was trying to get a list together ahead of time. And I sent her a message, are you riding the rally? And I just wanted to put a little video out, saying, go girls, go. And she called me and said, well, I am riding in it, but I'm not telling anybody. So there's that. So she surprised everybody and did the rally and showed up at the finish line. So she signed up for it and everything, but it was not public. So that was pretty cool. So seeing at the finish line and seeing her make it, I'm just super proud. I'm super proud of all of you ladies. Everybody that did it. There was some beast riders that were in there without a doubt. The Iron Butt Rally winner, Wendy, she was in it. She had a sidecar with her daughter. I thought that was badass, getting the next generation rolling. So I love to see girls out there killing it on these things, because riding motorcycles is not a man's sport. It's not there's advantages to being bigger, but girls can absolutely destroy this. Anybody tells you different is a fool if they think that girls aren't capable of killing it on a motorcycle. They're idiots. And if anybody ever makes a excuse in front of me or knocks one of our monster riders, they better make sure the dental insurance is paid, because you talk shit, you're going to get hit. That's just how it is. So anyhow, congratulations, ladies. That was a job well done, and everybody should give them a round of applause. So I don't know if there's a round of applause button on Facebook anymore, but I'll give you a round of applause. Nice work. All right, moving on. Honor, speaking of her, she's out there killing it in this and doing her daily ride. So she's doing that. I believe she is on day 282 or 281, somewhere in that neighborhood. A ton of days. And she just keeps getting after it, despite weather and everything else. Every day she's out riding it. And in honor of Honor doing that, the second week of every month, we are going to have an Honor Week. That is to honor Honor's ride. It will be posted on our website. If you go out and ride every day for 7 days, mileage means nothing. If you want to ride 1,000 miles in the week, if you want to ride 500 miles, if you want to ride 7 miles, I don't care what you do, but you have to ride every day for a week in honor of Honor. So do that, and there'll be a new certificate, new award on the website this week. So that should be pretty cool. I see somebody's here. I would assume it's my wife coming in, but they're not pulling up. So hopefully it is. Anyhow, that will be up this week. Our Monster K, that is set. As everybody knows, June 21st will be the ride. You have to ride 1 mile on that Friday out of your 1,000. So if you do it Thursday, end at 12:01 midnight on Friday, that's all good too. That's no problem. This 1 mile has to be on that Friday. All the details, I'm working on a flyer as we speak. I'm hoping to have the flyer out the end of the month. There's some things we got to get dialed in, where we're getting our motorcycle from, sponsors, that kind of thing. Because once that flyer goes out, it just gets mad published to everybody. So I want to do that. And yeah, Robert, there is a certificate for honors for that first ride. If you just did a weekly ride for hers, we had a special one for that. So if you did that, you just go into the weekly ride and just put honors ride on there. But this other thing on the second week of every month is going to be something different. So anyhow, the Monster K, the signups are on the website. You sign up and then you get into Give Butter. There is some things about some people are signing up on teams I saw, and Mandy and I were talking about it. If you sign up, you're better off to sign up for, if you have a team, to each sign up, because your chances at a bike, if you sign up and you have one person fundraising and you raise $300, which is going to activate your chances. If you both have your own and you both do that, that's 2 chances for it. So however you want to do it, it really makes no difference to me. I'm just telling you, get better chances, because if you have one Give Butter account, you get 1 chance. But if you have, both of you have your own, then you're going to have 2 chances right out of the gate. If you both ride your 1,000 miles on that day, you're going to have a chance. So details will be on the flyer, but I encourage teams to ride. I encourage, if you can get 10 people to go on the same day, that'd be awesome. If everybody wants to ride to Kansas together, that's badass as well. So that's super cool. So we'll work on those details, work on the details of the bike, that kind of thing. But we're talking to some dealerships now about getting pricing on a bike. So it's either going to be a special or a limited. It's probably going to be a 2023, because you're going to have a better deal on those. And I figured a brand new bike is a brand new bike. So they didn't make any mad crazy changes for the 24. So not like you're getting a new frame or a new something totally different. So I think it'll probably be a 2023, because we can get one of the holdovers or something they got left that they're going to want to get rid of much cheaper. So that's kind of the plan. If you are a Hoka Hey rider, pinned on the Hoka Hey page, on the Mile Monster page, in the files is a form. Fill that out, email it to me. The Give Butter is up on the website. You can sign up for that and get it started. But we just want to have the form filled out, because we're going to start running some special promotions for that. I want to put a video together and just want to have some fun stuff. So that's all I want that for. But if you get a chance, get that turned in. That would be awesome. Our 13 days of Christmas. That's going to be coming up at the end of the month. I'll have everything ready to go. I'm hoping to have everything set up, but the fundraiser is set up. Basically, what we're going to do is, for anybody who missed it, 13 days of Christmas starting December 1st. This was Gavin's idea. He came up with this last year. We did not have time to implement it a week before Christmas, so I told him this year we would. 13 days of Christmas. For 13 days, we are going to be sending Amazon the gifts that kids have picked out around the world, around the country. DMD boys are going to send me a list, and every day we are going to send kids something from Amazon, so they have a package from the Monsters. This was Gavin's idea, to help some boys and do some special things. To help kids who don't have Monsters, helping them, as you know, they're not as fortunate as our 5 boys. So I thought that was really nice, and he's pretty badass. So to think of that, all these boys are always thinking of somebody else before themselves. So that's going to be coming up. And our 13 days of Christmas, every day at I don't know what time we're going to do it, but every day for those 13 days, we are going to have a drawing. So anybody who donated is eligible every night. So if somebody donated and they win the first night, they could win the second night or the third night, all the same. So maybe I'll have it where for every $25 you donate, you get a chance on the wheel, or every $50, something like that. We'll just do that. Every $25, you get a chance on the wheel. So if you donate $100, you get 4 chances. And every day you're going to be in it. So you could win it 2-3 days in a row. Somebody with a lot of luck could win it all 13 days. So it's just going to be some fun prizes, some monster stuff, some champion cups. We got some mugs we're working on, some shirts, some things. Jug is making me up some really cool monster stuff. So it's really going to be cool. So that's going to be a lot of fun to do. So go to the website, the 13 days of Christmas. There's a link to the Give Butter. Anybody who donates, I'm going to see it right on there. You're going to be on the wheel. So that's that with a Christmas thing. Our Monster Miles, I already hit on that. We're going to have, I got the certificates out, except for a couple of the weekly ones I was changing up. So the weekly ones I haven't done, but the rest of them I have done. I was missing One for Michael Lamb because he did a mega monster, and we want to do something cool for that because that was the first one to be done. So that was about it on that. Let's see. The hero program, I got the form done with that. I think I pinned it. I did pin it. So that is up on the website. If anybody runs into somebody who knows somebody with DMD, we always get that where somebody knows somebody, somebody at work, somebody ran into somebody, and it just gets confusing sometimes because they just send me a text or something, and there's really no way to track it. And I've got a million things going on, so it goes in one side of my scattered brain and out the other side. So unless they get it to Mandy where it can be organized and tracked, it gets lost. So this way there's going to be a form so I can get it to Mandy and it can be organized and tracked. So that is the plan with that. So anyhow, on to the actual heroes. As you know, we have Turbo Time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tune in. I was actually missed Turbo Time on Thursday because I was a scatterbrain and couldn't remember the time. So I got to put a reminder on my phone. I got all messed up with time zones and everything else, thinking I got all kinds of time, and I didn't have all kinds of time. So I missed it. Had to watch it on the rewind. Jack Hammer has got Hammer Time. He's got that on Fridays at 11 o'clock Eastern Time. He is in America now, so we may do one tomorrow, just a special for fun one. Anyways, so Turbo was at a badass event. I know his mom is on here, and his mom is on here. Anyhow, but they were at a really cool event. She can hit it in the comments about exactly what it was, but it was really, really cool. All the Hot Wheels stuff they were after. He was scoring epic Hot Wheels and met somebody there that was a designer for Hot Wheels. So, I mean, that kid was in his perfect world, however you want to put that, man. He was where he needed to be because that is all things Turbo, how his brain works. He was just immersed in it. So that was really cool. It was the Hot Wheels Legend Tour. That's what it was called. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, I want to live with the fams. They do some cool stuff, but they do go on cruises, and I'm not down with that. So we'll have to find something stationary if I'm going to live with you guys. But that's cool. So Turbo was out living his best life. That's a great comment, and he was having a great time. Let's see. Gavin is going. He was doing his treatments. I saw that, and he had a long list of stuff. And if you go to the Goat's Journey, and you can read about his things every day. And as far as Turbo, you can go to Team Turbo and get caught up on all his stuff. But the Goat's Journey, she puts a great little blog out, with the goat's interactions, what he's got going on all week, and you kind of follow along with his ups and downs right through that. And I think that's a great job by Mom. So just I appreciate that. But they're going to Florida at the end of the week, and my wife is definitely home because I hear the dogs barking. But anyhow, they're going to Florida at the end of the week, so I didn't really know what that was about. But they're going to Florida. I know that, and that's all medical stuff related. Get some tests done and all the good stuff. So that's what he's got going on. Drew was busy cheering on his dad. Very sad about the passing of Bam. They were very close to Bam. Like I say, he'd stopped there several times. Stopped there when he, was on his way through places, would just bebop in and hang out and give him cool stuff. So he's very close. So Drew was not doing so well yesterday. Or let's see, yesterday when I informed everybody. So that was just kind of a bad time. But Drew, know that there's a lot of monsters out there that are pulling for you, just like Bam. And Bam was a great dude, and we're not going to let him be forgotten about. So he's gonna be around for a long time. Jack and Elfie, they are both in America receiving treatments over in Pennsylvania. So if you followed that on Fight for Elfie, is a place you can get caught up on all things Elfie. They were over there. It looked like it went very good. I talked to Jack today and Elfie. We're very excited because tomorrow I'm going to hang out with them and chill out at Dave and Buster's over in Pennsylvania. So just outside of Philadelphia, we're going to hang out at Dave and Buster's, and I'm going to kick their ass in all kinds of games. And whatever that game is, skee ball, I'm going to whoop their ass in that for sure. And I don't know, pretty much everything I'm going to dominate. So that's how I'm going into this, that I'm going to take them on all things arcade. So I'm going to go over represent. If anybody wants to join me, I'm leaving my house a little before noon, and I'm going to go over there and hook up with them. So everybody's got the day off and wants to chill out, that's where I'll be heading. Jack was very excited to get to Dave and Buster's tomorrow, so I was happy about that. I actually tried to get Jack to come on the show for a little bit, just talk about his treatment. So tomorrow, if Dave and Buster's is not super chaotic, we'll do a quick little live so you can see them. Otherwise, I will do a video and post a video, because I've learned that this format for doing the videos is really nice when my camera stays still. But if you move the camera around, the StreamYard doesn't. I think it's streaming in too many places or too many functions. I don't know what it is, but it gets too choppy and can't keep up, and with cell service and everything else. So I think I might just videotape it and post it later. So it's all good. Elfie was doing good. I wasn't going to say anything about Elfie's the shit part, but I'm gonna, because I like to be an open book and I like people to know what I know. Last week, Elfie called me up, bummed and distraught because he was getting picked on. And getting picked on is one thing, where people can be kind of assholes about something, but like when they have a disease like DMD and other kids know what that disease is, they can be just straight up fucking ruthless. So the things they were saying to him, man, it just brought a tear to my eye. Kids telling Elfie that, you're going to be, dead at 14 and your legs won't work, and, just horrible things like that, just were tough. But anyhow, he fought through that, and we had a little talk, and, but that's the kind of stuff that is behind the scenes, the shit that these kids got to deal with sometimes. So, and that's why, giving him birthday presents and things like that is such a big deal and such a plus for him. So tomorrow I'm going to bring I don't have him right here. I keep forgetting about my little wall, because right behind my little fake wall is a picnic table that I have in here. And on the picnic table is all of his gifts that people had sent. So tomorrow we're going to cheer him up and bring his birthday presents, even though he wouldn't tell me a single thing he wanted for his birthday, because he didn't want to seem like he was asking for too much or whatever. So, some people sent me some things in, and, he'll be much happier tomorrow. So he was in a very good mood, since then. And, that just shows how tough he is, that you rebound from that shit treatment and go have fun, and can turn the other cheek and just get on with it. Because I tell you what, man, I'd have a hard time with that myself. You say cruel stuff like that, and man, I don't know, you gotta be above it, but that's much easier said than done. So I don't know how they can do that to a kid that's so young and got nothing but goodness in his heart for everybody else. You ask him what he wants, and he's like, I don't need anything. You can help somebody else. He's that kind of kid. In the meantime, somebody's, teasing him and being an asshole. So that's that. So Elfie, and everybody over at Fights for Elfie, we keep fighting for you, and we'll keep pulling for you, and we're going to be on your side. If there's anything we can do, you let us know, and we'll do it. So that's that. Our next big thing is Dave and Buster's tomorrow. So we have Dave and Buster's, and then I'm just going to be working on some things. I'm going to be out of town next week, and I'm going to get everything posted up here. So we should be all caught up on everything. But this month is kind of chill. And, November is November. So, that month I don't do much as far as riding. So we'll see where it goes. But Hops Rally is coming up in November. If anybody's interested in hitting a rally, let us know. We'll get you hooked up with Hops Rally. That's in Texas, in Houston. So if you saw the girls doing the rally, you want to go do that rally, you're going to be in Texas. That's a great beginner rally to get a feel for it. But there's some beasts that ride in that as well. So It'll be a good time. Let's see what else we got. That is it. Next week, next Monday, I'm not 100% sure I'm going to be anywhere where there's a phone. I'm going to do my best to have a Monster Monday, but I'll keep you posted. I'm going to be in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, working on some things out there doing nothing. So that's where I'll be, but I'll keep everybody posted. So with that, I kind of rambled on. We'll try to get everything wrapped up and taken care of. But tomorrow, watch for a quick live, and then we got Turbo Time as well. So we'll try to do a quick live from Dave and Buster's while I'm whooping ass on these kids and sending them back to Ireland, just shaking their heads at how the big old American whooped them in all things video games. Peace.